If you're hunting for a reliable USB-C to USB-A cable, chances are you've stumbled upon the Amazon Basics USB-C to USB-A cable, and maybe even considered buying it. But here's what surprised me. Despite its decent 4.6-star rating and wallet-friendly $4.50 price tag, this cable has some glaring quirks that could leave you frustrated. Most people just see a cheap cable and assume it works like a charm, but unfortunately, this one doesn't always live up to expectations. Stick around because I'm going to spill everything about why you might want to pause before clicking buy. First off, who is this cable really for? If you just need a basic cable to charge low-power devices or transfer files occasionally, on paper it's an okay option. It's 6 feet long, which is great for couch charging, and since it's USB-F certified, you'd expect it to be a sturdy performer. It supports fast charging up to 15 watts and data transfer speeds up to 480 Mbps. Not bad for a budget cable. And here's the catch. If you own power-hungry devices that use USB power delivery, PD, for fast charging, you're going to run into limitations. The cable simply can't handle beyond 15W safely, which means your fancy smartphone or laptop won't charge as fast as you hope. Now that's surprising, right? Before I dive deeper, here's a quick question. Have you ever plugged in a cable expecting it to charge blazing fast only to have it trickle charge like a sad faucet? That's exactly what some users reported with this Amazon Basics cable. But hang on, we'll get into whether those issues are deal breakers or manageable annoyances. Okay, let's break down what you get for $4.50. The package includes one 6-foot black cable, claiming compatibility from USB-C phones and tablets to standard USB-A devices like older chargers, laptops, and even some hard drives. The Amazon Basics name carries weight because of their reputation for affordable, no-frills essentials. But does that extend to cables? The cable's USB-F certification is a solid reassurance that it meets compliance standards, so no worries about counterfeit chaos. However, certification doesn't always translate to stellar real-world performance. Here's a little story. I tried charging my newer Android phone that supports PD fast charging using this cable plugged into a regular USB-A charger. The voltage maxed out at 5V and the current capped at 3A, delivering that promised 15W. But my phone supports up to 25W charging. So my phone charged slower than usual. I know what you're thinking. Why not just get a USB-C to USB-C cable then? Well, that's not always an option if your charger only has USB-A ports or if you're connecting to a laptop with legacy USB ports. So this cable fills a very specific but limited niche. Now for the twist. Despite the data transfer speed rating of 480 Mbps, USB 2.0 speeds, some users reported faster or slower actual speeds depending on devices and ports. This inconsistency can be puzzling if you need fast file transfers for work or creative projects. Worse still, the cable doesn't support USB 3.0 or 3.1 protocols, so if you're moving huge files, say raw video footage, it can feel like watching paint dry. So, if you're a casual user transferring photos or documents, it's fine, but professionals or creators might find it painfully slow. Here's a quick joke to brighten the mood. Why did the USB cable break up with the charger? Because it found their connection was just too unstable. All right, back to business. What about durability? Many USB cables can fray or break after months of bending and twisting. Amazon Basics cables tend to be just average in build quality, not flimsy, but not rugged either. I noticed the cable's outer plastic sheath was thin, which means it might wear out faster if you're rough on cables. Some customers shared they got about 6 months of solid usage before the cable started malfunctioning. That's not terrible considering the price, but if you're looking for a buy once, use for years cable, this might not be your pick. Here's a pro tip. If your charging setup is in the car or on your desk and doesn't get moved or twisted much, this cable should last reasonably well. But if you toss cables in your bag or pocket, it might be time to invest in a braided or reinforced option. Did I mention the cable comes with Amazon's 1-year limited warranty? Not a huge game changer, but a small comfort if it fails prematurely. Now, let's talk compatibility. This cable works well with a wide range of devices, from smartphones and tablets to power banks and even some external hard drives. If your device supports USB 2.0 or lower power consumption, you'll be fine. However, for newer laptops or devices requiring higher wattage charging, expect slower than expected charging times. This limitation is crucial to understand because settling for sluggish charging defeats the purpose of a cable. Wondering how it compares to competitors? Well, cables in this price range usually perform similarly, but there are a few brands that offer reinforced designs or higher wattage support for just $1 or $2 more. However, you won't find many Amazon Basics cables sporting USB-F certification at this price point. So in terms of standards compliance, the Amazon cable scores points. Here's another joke to keep you entertained. Why don't USB cables ever get lost? Because they always find a connection. Okay, enough with the dad jokes. Let me highlight an important issue for those who want to use this cable for fast charging. Many newer phones use USB power delivery with voltages higher than 5V, sometimes up to 20V at 3A or more. This cable restricts the voltage at 5V, capping the power at 15W regardless of what your charger or device supports. So if you use a high-end fast charger rated at 60W or 100W, this cable becomes the bottleneck. You'll get slower charging and longer wait times. If rapid charging is a priority, this is a deal breaker. Data transfer isn't perfect either. While it supports up to 480 Mbps, some users noted connectivity drops or inconsistent transfer speeds when moving large files or using certain hard drives. This could be due to the cable's internal wiring or shielding quality, which impacts signal integrity over distance. A 6-foot cable is convenient, but longer cables tend to lose signal strength if not well built. So if you experience lag or disconnections, don't blame your device immediately. This cable might be the culprit. Before that, here's a quiz. What do cables and socks have in common? Lose one, and you'll never find it when you need it most. Speaking of losing things, the low price means you can keep a spare or two around without breaking the bank. Despite these quirks, the Amazon Basics USB-C to USB-A cable offers decent value for everyday users who aren't chasing ultra-fast charging or blazing data speeds. If you just want a reliable, affordable cable for occasional charging and small file transfers, it's an easy choice, especially if you're tight on budget. To wrap this up on a positive note, remember the cable's major strengths: affordable price, USB-F certification ensuring safety and compliance, decent length for comfortable use, and broad compatibility with many USB-A devices. Plus, Amazon's hassle-free replacement warranty adds peace of mind. For casual users, travelers carrying a phone charger, students, or anyone switching from old USB-A chargers to newer USB-C devices, this cable fits the bill. Here's my final take. Don't expect this Amazon Basics cable to replace premium fast-charging cables or high-speed data cables. But if your needs revolve around simple charging and basic data transfers without blowing your budget, it's a solid, no-nonsense option. Plus, $4.50 is a price so good it almost feels like stealing. Almost, not quite. Just know what compromises you'll face. If you want to check out the current price or grab one for yourself, I've put the best deal link down in the description below. Keep in mind, prices on Amazon change lightning fast, so don't wait too long if you want to snag it at its cheapest. Whether this cable ends up in your cart or not, hopefully, this honest review saved you a little headache and helped you make a smarter purchase. And hey, if this review helped you, consider liking and subscribing for more honest, no-fluff tech reviews. Because in the cable jungle, it's easy to get tangled. Luckily, I'm here to keep things untangled for you.